Le Mans was also outside the country, convalescing in California. But the Americans have a new hopeful, Andy Hampsten. He won the Tour of Switzerland. Now, can he win the big one?
CBS Sports is proud to bring you the Tour de France. Welcome to the starting line here in Berlin for the 2,500-mile journey to Paris. Hello, everybody. I'm John Dockery, and this is the Tour de France, the greatest bike race on earth. The finest professional riders from around the world are gathered here. Now, most of the race is contested in stages out on the road in 150-mile segments. But today, it's what the French call the race of truth. Time trial, man against the clock, just under 4 miles, all by himself. Now, the Tour won't be won or lost here in Berlin, but a rider can set the tone and let the others know that he's ready. So the race to Paris begins here in Berlin. In the shadow of the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church, thousands here to see the first stage of the Tour, the prologue time trial. 207 riders from 23 teams on a 3.8-mile dash through the streets of Berlin. For most of the 24 stages in the Tour de France, the 9-man teams ride together. But today, each rider faces the challenge alone. A test of nerves as much as speed. Solitary moments serve as private preparation for this first and shortest of the 3 individual time trials. A special start house complete with a short ramp is in place. The riders leave one after another, 60 seconds apart. Now this is an all-out sprint against the clock, so a carefully planned warm-up is a must for every athlete. The American 7-Eleven team uses a treadmill to help pump oxygen to their soon-to-be tested muscles. An air pump does the same for the bikes. American Ron Kiefel, waiting for his turn, takes time to sign a last-minute autograph. Meantime, Czechoslovakian-born Milan Jurko, riding with an Italian team, starts early on. The early starters are not usually considered contenders. The fastest riders may start almost 4 hours later. But this day, Jurko burns the course with a blistering 7-minute, 14-second sprint, a mark which should stand for a full hour and a half. Ron Kiefel is now ready for his battle with the clock. His wife, Darcy, captures the anxious moment on film. Off on his dash against the clock and against himself. The 27-year-old Colorado native is one of the founding members of the American team. People have seen the 7-Eleven team go from being the brunt of European cycling humor to a respected professional team. Though the distance is short in this first day prologue, the impression left can be a lasting one. Team support car lets people know his split time and what he has to do to catch the current best. As Kiefel rides on, the American team leader Andy Hampsten prepares for his date with the clock about an hour later. Ron Kiefel is one of the best time trialists on the American team, but on this hot, humid, sticky day, he arrives at the finish empty. His time not good enough to overtake the leader Jurko. Out of breath and exhausted and completely spent, he still finds enough air to ask his coach the all-important question. No, my time was? No. Many of the team leaders are still to come, including Andy Hampsten, who wants to make a strong statement on this first day of the Tour de France. For Kiefel, a race a bit too long, his time 13 seconds behind the leader. I died so bad in that last kilometer. Did you? The stars will soon be out for their battle with the clock.
own a bike 150 years ago really was something quite special. It was probably the equivalent of owning a Rolls-Royce today. And there was no shortage of imagination in design. And things in 1987, it seems, just haven't changed. When the East Germans produced the first of the new breed of speed machine, designers raced ahead. Until about 8 years ago, this was the state of the art in Tour de France cycling, the regular diamond-shaped bicycle for use in all stages in the race. Now take a look how things have changed. This is the new bicycle now for all the time trial stages in the race, such as this afternoon's prologue time trial. You can probably see the difference. It's totally aerodynamically designed. The sloping top tube here, the upturned handlebars to keep the rider with his regular racing position. The flattened spokes is slicing through the air. The front wheel, in fact, 1 inch smaller than the back wheel here. And this itself was sheeted with graphite. Although the wheel is heavier, once it's rolling, it really does go quite quickly. The bicycle is shaped like an arrowhead, built for speed, because the Tour de France these days can be won by the fractions of a second, and this is the bike that might do the job. If you want to buy one at home, though, I'm afraid the price isn't quite so streamlined. It'll probably cost you in the region of $3,500. The near 4 miles prologue time trial